G'day folks, today we've got a Fisher and Paykel dish drawer. It's a dual drawer and the model number is DD603. To find out what type of model you have, check underneath the front drawer. You can see that white sticker, and this one has DD603. To remove the handle, which is attached to the top of the actual drawer, you'll need a set of pliers. Stubby nose pliers are probably best. You can use a set of needle nose pliers though if you need. The first step is to remove the front, and you can see here that there's a pin. If you put the pliers into that hole and pull the pin straight out. You'll need to repeat that process on the other side of the drawer, pulling it straight out. You can see that I've already removed the bottom one. You'll then pull straight down on the drawer and it exposes the front. Be careful not to snap the earth connector, which can be slowly removed, like so. Once you have the front off, it's a simple case then of getting access to the handle. To do this, this handle slides across to the left by approximately 5 centimeters. You can push it from the side quite easily and it'll stop when it's at that point, so it's just offset. If it becomes stuck and you can't move it, you may have to give it a sharp tap on this edge to get it to free up. Sometimes they can become a bit stuck due to debris being caught on this edge. Once you've reached this point, the handle can then simply lift up and away from the drawer. You may need to cant it to allow it to get out. There are 2 tabs underneath. To reinstall, you will need to line up those 2 tabs and then line up the edge of the drawer over the top. Again, you will need to lift it so that these 2 edges match. So this edge sits inside of the bottom of the drawer on the handle. The next part is to disconnect it from the CPU, which is this black cord that goes in the side of the CPU on this model. You may be able to remove it by simply jiggling it back and forward, but it's not always the case. An easier solution, or the best solution, would be to remove this CPU slightly. To do this part, you'll need a flat-edged screwdriver, something similar. The screwdriver needs to go into this section to release the pin. Note here that the screwdriver needs to go to the right of the plastic. Once it's past that point, there is a pin directly above it which you'll need to watch out for. Once you can see that pin is freed, the whole CPU will come forward. Like so. So that pin slides into a receiver inside the drawer. Once the CPU has been released, you'll then have access to this connector. Simple case of rocking it back and forward until you can get it to release. If it becomes such a problem that you can't get it to release, an alternative solution is to continue to remove the CPU and then you can use a flat bladed screwdriver to get it to release. Something similar to this. Be very careful when you're using a screwdriver in this location. That concludes the video. If you've got any further questions or you need additional parts, please see the description and where I've got plenty of parts in stock. Thanks.